Hello again, word lovers, and in this installment we're going to look at words which come into English from Turkic. And that's not a mistake. Turkic is the language group. Turkish obviously is one part of it, and I confess ignorance here. I don't know a lot about the Turkish peoples. They seem to have come from a region known as Altai, which today nestles between China, Mongolia, Russia and Kazakhstan, and swept over westwards and eastwards, forming vast empires. The Ottoman, the Seljuk, the Timurid, the Mughals, leaving us a world where many countries speak a Turkic language. Turkic language speakers can also be found in Iran and China, for example. Well, we can start with the food words, always a good place to start. Kefir has become quite popular lately. That's Turkic, but I can't tell you where it's from, unfortunately. How about baklava? Suggested that this comes from the Mongolian root, meaning to tie, to wrap up, though there's also a suggestion that the Mongolian came originally from Turkic. Another problem here is how do you exactly describe baklava? Something similar to it was found in a 13th century cookbook, and even as far back as Mesopotamia, a recipe involving walnuts. Pastrami is another Turkish word. This comes from basdirma, dried meat, but the root is bas, meaning to press, so it's a kind of pressed meat. The Turkish food word that's travelled the world is yogurt. Yog meaning to condense, and yogush being liquefying. More Turkic sounding words. Kaftan, surprised to find that wasn't Persian, and some place names. The Balkans, meaning a mountain chain, were named by Turkic speakers. Our word for the Magyar people, Hungary, we took from Latin, but that came previously from a Turkic language, Onogur. Balaclava we've already encountered. The village in the Crimea that gave its name to the garment, Balaclava, meaning fishing ground. The taiga, the Russian steppe, the taiga also is a Turkic word, meaning rocky mountainous terrain, which is what the taiga is. And Urdu, the variant of Hindi, is named by Turkic peoples. Urdu meaning a camp, from the Turkic ordu, which is also the source of our word horde, as in a large group of people. An interesting thing about this word is that it came to Western Europe via Poland, and even today the Polish word for horde is horda. We can go all the way back to Proto-Turkic, if you like, where or means army, and by extension a place where the army stayed. I'm going to take a little break into Russian and Polish now, because when I was looking at the words I found some interesting etymologies not shared by English. Kielbasa is a sausage in Polish, and the word has a satisfying etymology. The Turkic kul, basti, kul meaning coals or ashes, so grilled or roasted, and basti, as we already know, pressed or pressed meat. Now, the Russian word for hero is geroi, with the H to G mutation, which turns Harry Potter into Gary Potter and Adolf Hitler into Adolf Gitler. But the old Russian word for hero was bogatyr. In Polish, the word is still bohatyr, and this is all related to the Turkish word batur for brave. A Russian word you all know, balalaika, in fact, what could be more Russian, is in fact Turkic, and seems to be onomatopoeic. Balala, balala, balala. As possibly doodle, to draw freeform on a piece of paper. Doodling. In modern Czech or Polish, you get dudi for a bagpipe, and this originally from Turkish duduk, meaning a flute. If you like Earl Grey tea, as I do, you will know what bergamot is, the lovely blue flower. We get this from Italian bergamotta, but they got it from Turkish. Bey armado, meaning the pair of the bey being Turkish ruler. Cassock, the priest's garb, that comes from Middle French, kasak, but probably from Turkic kazak, meaning a nomad or an adventurer, which is where we get the word Cossack. And also Kazakhstan, the stan suffix coming from Indo-Iranian, meaning a place where you stand. That's quite satisfying. The Pi root, stano, directly connected with our word stand. Lackey is a Turkic word, again coming through French, laquais, lacayo in Spanish, but ultimately ulak in Turkish. The original meaning was a runner. Kiosk is a Turkish word we all use, an open summer house or pavilion, coming to mean small shop. And finally, one word which I believed was Turkish, it turns out wasn't, and this is the word vampire. Back in Hungarian vampir, before that Church Slavonic opiri, which one linguist takes to come originally from the Tatar word ubir, meaning witch, but this is disputed, and current ideas, current meaning from 1985, suggest that it came from the Serbian word bamiup. So we welcome Serbian to the panoply of interesting etymologies as the source of the word vampire. We may believe that or not, but people who did believe it included the Brothers Grimm and the writers of the Oxford English Dictionary. So maybe not Turkish after all, maybe Serbian. I hope you enjoyed our run through words lent by the Turkic languages. There is one word, of course, from Turkic which is almost universal. It's the name of a colour. I wonder if you can guess which one it is. The Turkish colour.